Kelly Brown from Planetary Coven, and I am inviting you to come along with me to a 30-minute songwriting session in Logic. Essentially what we're going to do is build an 8-bar loop in about 30 minutes or so, give or take, and then that'll be a foundation to later build our song. Let's dive in. I have an 8-bar loop template in Logic Pro already saved, so you could do new from template, and for me, this is what will come up. I have some sounds in here that I like to use, but sometimes I'll mix it up a little bit. At least you have, this is a starting point. It was already set in A minor, and I'm feeling A minor today. I'm gonna do a 30-minute timer, and we'll give ourselves a little bit of flexibility. If there's an idea that comes up, we'll give ourselves permission to finish that idea. Let's see, how are we doing on our tempo? I'm not mad at that. I'm going to keep that at 1 BPM. Okay, let's try. I just started with our mysterious synth lead, and I have a MIDI keyboard that I'm using to do this. If you don't have a MIDI keyboard, Command K, and that'll bring up your musical typing. Musical typing is an awesome, fun tool, so I could do it. See, I'm hitting H and K. So if you don't have a MIDI controller, that's all right. Again, that's Command K for musical typing. Because there's going to be a little bit of a delay since I'm recording this in real time, I'm going to Command A. I went down to my piano roll here. Command A to select all of the notes here. And then I'm going to press Q to quantize. So you see how those shifted over a little bit? That means that's going to make them in real time. You always want to make sure, though, that you listen back to it, because sometimes quantize can get a little funky depending on where they interpret. Oh, and I just noticed there's swing on here from a previous project, which we don't want in this instance. Swing will give it a little bit more of a natural feel, but for now, since we're just building at the beginning, I want to make sure that it's in strict tempo with no swing. So let's try that again. I'm going to cue just in case. Here we go. I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do is copy, move my marker right to that 5, and then I did Command C for copy, Command V for paste. So we have the same stuff for our full 8-bar loop. Even though we just wrote 4 bars, we can expand that into an 8-bar loop to begin. Okay, let's listen to that back. We just built the first part of our lead. Let's go down to deep solid bass. See how that's going to sound. I'm not really feeling that distortion sound for this. Let me go into my stack here into Alchemy. I'm going to open this up. Whoops. And that's an instrument. So you don't have to use the sound library on the side, you click that top left button there. You can find your instruments that way, or you can go in your stack here and click and find your instruments that way. See? All of these cool things to play around with. You got some instruments in here. Alchemy is a fun one that I use quite a bit because, as you can see, it has a lot of different types of sounds to play from. I have my bass selected here, but I would like something a little more pop, maybe? So nope. Ooh. Into that. Let's record it. Go back to the beginning. time, just so you know, if you just want to hear that dark and deep bass as you're recording, you can click S and that will solo it. So that'll be the only thing that you hear. Let's go down here. Command A, Q to quantize, and yes. I'm going to go back up here. Because I want to take off that last bit of extra space, I'm going to Command T. And that splits the track, and then I can just delete it. Let me copy and paste, and we're good to go. Let's take it from the top and listen to that. Okay, we're going to click S to take the solo off. Air choir sweep. So this is going to be more in pad land. Pads add texture to our sound. They help fill it out. This won't necessarily be a full melody line that you can pluck out and sing back. This will be a bunch of notes and sounds in succession that'll help fill the sound without you having to do it manually. Those sound patterns and rhythms are going to be automated. Now we want to stay in the same key because we're in A minor. So just so you know, for that first mysterious lead, we have A and C. A, which is 1, and then we have C natural, which is the third of A minor, okay? If we were to build that full triad, 1, 3, 5, that would be our E. We can play around with that a little bit for our melodies. For our bass line, I made it a little groovy, and in addition to our A, C, and E, I added a D in there, or 4. So I did 1, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 1. Now, for our choir sweep, I'm going to go back to that A. And I'm going to do it in 3 different octaves and just hold that out. Here we go. Let's trim this up a little bit. We're going to go back here, Command T. We're going to split and then delete that. Okay, so then we're going to Command A, Q to quantize. We want to make sure, I'm going to right click. Whoops, actually. Just kidding. I have a special setting where if I right click, it'll cut it in half. So I have to do Control click in order to do the right click feature. Trim note end to following notes. Force legato is what I'm going to do. We're going to keep those chords just to make sure it goes all the way to the end. Now we're going to copy and paste this. And let's listen. Oops, I had it on loop, so just gonna do it. So do you see how I can bring so much texture and sound and just cool things happening without you having to do much? I literally held down 3 notes. You could even do that if you're doing musical typing. You could just, for example, hold down H for that A, and then you can copy that and then move it up an octave, down an octave, whatever you want to do. You can always duplicate the notes on top of each other if you can't physically play it yourself. Alrighty, big bangs. I don't remember what this sounds like. Like a big bang. I would use that as an accent, a hit, so I wouldn't have it going the whole time. Let me hear. I'm going to unsolo, take it from the beginning. And because this is on a loop, it's just going to keep going. So as I get inspired, I'm going to record. I'm hitting R. I want to open this instrument up. I don't like how that's sounding. Let's try big metal drum and we're going to solo it. I like that. It sounds like in the Hall of the Mountain King, if anybody remembers that from back in the day. Okay. Let's do our analog mellow lead. Do I like that? Let's open it up. Sharp? Nope. Let's change it up. Nope. Nope. No. That sounds like simply having fun for Christmas time. Ooh, pizzicato wet cave. Need to hear it. My brain was getting a little too busy. I had to isolate that. All right. Cue. Okay. Let's listen to that with everything else. Nice. Keep in mind this is not mixed yet, so it's going to sound super busy. We'll strip it back and go through that process. But for now, we are fun creating. All right, balloon kick. Okay. All right. Let's listen to that back. Okay, so this is one of the reasons that we listen back, because it didn't do what I played. There we go. Let's delete this. And then we're gonna Command A. And then let's listen to that together. Nice. So we're carving out some hits and soundscapes. Let's look at our 12-string split. Let's use that as a melody. I just clicked colon to move that there to where the marker is. I think I like that better already. That's more interesting, I think. By changing where that melody sat in the measure, it gave it a different feel. Let's see. Listen to that back. Okay. Now we're going to copy that, paste it. Let's move on to our Above the Clouds pad. Alright, so this is where we're going to fill in some texture and also some chords. I'm just going to hold down 2 A minor chords, A, C, and E. I'm just going to hold them down like we did with our pad earlier. Do you hear that symphony of sound that comes out with simply holding a note down? If you find the right pad or the right arpeggiator or anything that has an automatic sequence in there, you're really saving a lot of creative brain time trying to figure that out yourself, right? Why not free your mind up to actually have fun with creativity instead of getting stuck in the weeds? It's okay to outsource to Cool Sounds to make cool songs. Like, why not? It's there. Might as well use it. All right. I'm going to shorten it this time. And then delete. Did I quantize this? I don't think I did. Command A, Q. See, I did not quantize it. Okay. Now we're going to copy and paste. Now let's do our 70s classic synth bass. I feel about that. Let's open it up. Ether choir. I don't know if I like that for this. That's analog silk. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna go down an octave, see how that sounds. Another octave. Oh, no. Whoops. I don't like that. Angelic Ghosts? Nope. Let's see. Let's go back to pop. Chimera keys. I messed up, but that's okay. And I'll show you what happens if you mess that up. I'm gonna first Command A, quantize it. Let me listen back to that. Actually, I'm gonna quantize that. If you click on this note, I want to select everything following it. So I'm going to Shift F, and then I can delete. Now I'm going to go back to the beginning, Control A, Control C, and then I'm going to paste it. Make sure if you're not ending right at the end that you're moving your marker to the beginning of the measure, right on that downbeat, if that's where you so choose. Let's listen back to that. All right, and look, it makes a pretty little mountain range. It's fun. You can make art projects within your music production. I just went from top to bottom. That's just how my brain wanted to work today. You can start with percussion if you want, or with your drums if you so choose. That might help your brain to get in the feel of things. I wanted to weave in this particular order today. If you're like, why are we doing all that first before we even have drums? This is why. I have this set just for inspiration on the Smart Drummer. You can just click and they'll add something for you. Sometimes I will build a drum part myself, like I would in the previous steps that we did, but it would be with rhythms instead of with notes and rhythms. It would be just rhythms. If you're newer to this process, this is a way that you can get used to these fun sounds, outsource a little bit so you don't have to stress about the technical aspects of it, and then we'll customize it so it doesn't sound just like a standard sample. Listen to what they've done with this drummer modern 80s. All right, this is a little intense. I'm going to go down into the session player and adjust this. I'm not really digging this modern 80s, so I'm going to do synth pop instead. I clicked the electronic drummer and I changed that instrument up. Let's listen to what this sounds like. Lower the intensity. No clap. That's our 30 minutes, but we're almost done. So let's try this a little longer. want a different pattern. All right, this will do for now. We're gonna whoops, see, I told you. Control, click to right click. And then we're going to convert to MIDI region. Now we can play around and it looks like everything else. You see, we have all of our instruments here on the left, and then we have our pattern. Let's Control T and listen to it from the beginning. Now, again, this is just our foundation. We're going to go back in and play around and do some more fun things. But I just wanted to show you how to do an 8-bar loop in about 30 minutes that then we can pick and choose to build a song. Let's listen to it all the way through. Let's adjourn there for now. I will come back and we're going to go back into this same 8-bar loop, and then we're going to build it into a full song. Whenever time it is, middle of the night, witching hour, whatever time you're viewing this, I hope you're having a wonderful moment. Be sure to like and follow and share and comment if you found this helpful. If you want to work with me one-on-one, if you want a little bit more personalized help, go ahead and check the description, and I have a link to book a discovery session with me.